All right, here we go, Chris. 2009 TBL Championship. Season went by pretty quick, as they usually do.
Sure
How are you
do.
tonight?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
All right, so we have two teams in the championship. One is the Somerville money line. Odd year, Somerville. We joked in the preseason pod. I said they were a favorite, and you guys should listen to me because JR is in the championship for the second time in 3 years. Let's see if he can change his fate this year and cross the way, finally making the breakthrough after being in the postseason multiple times in a row. San Diego Seals, Alex, has gotten to the championship game here. So my worst nightmare might be coming true, where you win in 2008 and he wins in 2009.
Yeah, that'd be
But we'll
awesome.
see.
I
We'll
will.
see how this all plays out.
I'm gonna love listening to you squirm.
Yeah. And so just looking at the postseason so far, we got to give some props to some teams that have had some good seasons here. Somerville and Tampa Bay went in the first round, and Somerville did win that 3-1, obviously, since they're in the championship. Tampa Bay had a really great season, though. Cole's first season here in the league with us, right? And was able to pull off the postseason berth, getting second place there in the division. So really nice season
Congrats.
on his part, yeah. But odd season. Somerville is just too much for anybody to handle. So
He can't
um,
handle. Like when they're on the playoffs, they're on the playoff match. Next year,
yep.
maybe we'll see.
And then last year's Ice Conference defending champion Boston went 5 games against Lehigh and squeaked out a 3-2 victory in Game 5, or a 3-2 series win. But JP finally getting Lehigh back to the postseason. They hadn't been there since I think 2003 was the stat I posted in chat. So a nice return for them, just not enough to get over the defending Ice Conference champs. So those were the 4 teams that represented the wild card. And then getting into the next round there, Atlanta was waiting for Boston after they took care of Lehigh. And Sean getting the Smashers back to the postseason. I think it's the first time Sean has gotten to the postseason since he's joined the league, and this is his 3rd year with us. So congratulations to Sean for having a really great year and getting the Smashers back to prominence because they got a 4-1 series win to get them to the conference championship. And then, of course, Somerville took on Montreal. Montreal's been a steadfast kind of piece there in the Ice Conference. Been in the postseason multiple times in a row now, and
Won a
um,
championship.
won a championship absolutely, but just couldn't get out of the division championship series again for I think a couple of years now. They've been kind of stuck there. So Somerville took care of them in a 7-game series. It was a really great series, real close games all around. And then Somerville taking care of Atlanta pretty easily in the conference championship to represent the Ice Conference here. So again, congratulations to all those GMs. Really great season. And then of course on the Fire Conference side, San Antonio breaking through. Kay's team breaking through and getting to the postseason for the first time in his tenure, and I think that's in like 4 or 5 years. I don't think San Antonio had been in the postseason since 2003, so that was really great to see them make that run. And of course, they knocked you out, so you may not have enjoyed
Yeah,
that as much as I
yeah.
did.
I didn't enjoy it at
Um,
all.
but it was funny. You took a dive there at the end of the season, and then you both won out. He won 6 in a row, you won 5 in a row, and he just took it down the stretch. And then he faced off against Bob in Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's been to the postseason a couple seasons in a row. Milwaukee pretty much throughout the whole season was the second best team in all of baseball behind Huron, and um, yeah, just couldn't advance. Played a nice tough series against the Chili Picantes and had a really nice season. But yeah, so Kay moved on there. And then on the other side of the things, we had Chuck Louisville getting back to the postseason. He's been pretty consistent in and out. I think he's only missed once, maybe twice in his tenure, but wasn't able to keep up with Nashville, who had a really great series, getting the series sweep 3-0. And Cody hadn't been in the postseason since 2002, and he's an original GM, so it was really nice to see him have some success and get back there this year. So congratulations to those 4 GMs. And then again, waiting in the next round, Huron was the cream of the crop this year. 114 wins, set a league record, and they took care of the Chili's Picantes pretty quickly. 4-0, swept them. They actually went 10-0 against San Antonio this year because they had won the season series 6-0 as well. So just some dominance from Michael's team. And then San Diego took care of Nashville. So Nashville swept St. Louis, swept Louisville, and San Diego just went on and swept Nashville. So a pretty easy win for both of those GMs sitting in the 1 seed. And then they faced off in a pretty epic 7-game series here in the conference championship. San Diego taking that 4-3 in Game 7. They had the 3-1 series lead. It got to 3-3, and then they were able to close the door in Huron to shut down a really dominant team. So San Diego has a pretty nasty offense. Somerville doing their thing. They're pretty balanced on both sides of the ball, and they're just having a really great year. So we'll see who takes this one. Uh, that was a pretty good breakdown, I think, Chris. Did I leave anything out?
Yeah, pretty good. I'll give you a B plus.
B plus. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, that's kind of where I trended in high school. So that sounds
Keep
pretty
it.
accurate.
Yeah.
All right, where are we at? So Somerville and San Diego played 3 times this year. Of course, interleague you don't play too often. Somerville 1-2 against San Diego, so San Diego did take the season series. San Diego had the better record this season of the 2 matchups, so they are the home team in Game 1. And yeah, San Diego pretty dominant offense on the Fire Conference side, second and third. Second in runs scored, third in runs against, so dominant on both sides of the ball, excuse me. And again, Somerville is kind of middle of the pack, but they've, you know, they win when they need to, and they've been dominant here, or pretty strong here in the postseason. So anybody's series, and we'll see how it plays out.
All right. You just hit play, right? Make sure the volume's not super crazy here.
Looks like we have the legendary DJ Marksberry on the mound for Somerville. I feel like I can't think of a guy who's been more of a staple to a franchise than DJ Marksberry has been to the money
The
line.
man.
And 9-13 this year, 4.15 ERA. Didn't get the wins he needed for his team, or maybe the run support he needed. But I'm sure if you look at the underlying stats, I think he's still a pretty great pitcher, or pretty strong pitcher at this point in his career. 30 games. How old is Marksberry? Can you scroll over him?
He is 31.
31 years old, so he's got a couple of years left too. I'd say for sure, right?
Yep.
And then on the other side, Adam Cowles pitching for San Diego. Again, he just went 7 games against Huron, so he's not throwing his ace here in Game 1. But Cowles has had a pretty nice postseason. So yeah, we'll see how Game 1 goes. Let's do it. Yeah, Cowles here in the postseason, 13 innings pitched at 2.02 ERA, 21 strikeouts. Does have the 12 walks. It's kind of a little risque in 13 innings. 13 hits, 12 walks. I feel like that's like a whip of almost 2. That's actually not great. And a leadoff base hit here for the money line. These uniforms not looking right. That's okay. We got to get that figured out. So Juliano, leadoff base hit. Manny Alvarado up to bat against Adam Cowles now. And he's going to hit a base hit to center field. So that's going to be 2 runners on with nobody out. Some quick action here for the money line in the first inning. Nelson Reyes at the plate. Funny, I'm just trying to remember some of these guys that we called a couple of years ago. Nelson Reyes is definitely one of those guys as he strikes out here against Cowles. This next guy was on the team back in 2007 as well, Frank Escobar. 0 for 0 on the day. Obviously, we're just starting off, but he's 5 home runs here in the postseason already. Wild pitch. Runner's going to move up. Second and third. 1 out.
I must have been on vacation on this one. I don't remember this one.
I feel like I was in Florida, calling this one from Florida, and you were in South Carolina.
Yeah.
This was the Huron Championship, the Herons Championship, I believe. Second and third, it strikes out Escobar. So Jamie's is up now. He was the series MVP. Forget if it was conference or the wild card, or the conference or divisional championship, or I guess the wild card at this point, right? And he flies out.
Gets out of a jam.
So yeah, 2 on, nobody out, but they get out of it. So down to the bottom of the first we go. San Diego at the plate. Mike Wilson leading things off against DJ Marksberry. 22 innings for Marksberry this postseason, 1.61 ERA. And leadoff fly out, nice diving catch by the right fielder. So one down. Clark Heine up, second baseman. He's gonna strike out looking, 2 down. BJ Swart, mid-season acquisition, coming from the Mudcats at the plate. He's going to pop it up in the infield. So a quick 1-2-3 for the Seals. On to the top of the second we go. Somerville facing, or Chris Flowers coming to the plate facing Adam Cowles. He's going to strike out on a check swing. 1 down. Keaton Deathridge at the plate. Deathridge is a piece of that 2007 Ice Conference Championship team, and he's going to single to center field. That's going to be the first runner of the inning. 1 on, 1 out for Jesus Trevino. He walks. A 3-1 count. So first and second now for the number 9 hitter. It's going to be Kimitaro Yamashita. I'm really hoping I get to pronounce his name. He strikes out, swinging.
At least he didn't have any symbols in there or anything, you know?
Chris Juliano back up 1-for-1 after a single in the first to lead things off. See if he can come up with a big hit here. He's going to pop it up, though, to the second fielder. That's going to retire the side. So after 1.5, we're still scoreless. Jim Green leading things off for the Seals. Going to ground out to the second baseman. 1 down. Bill Bryce at the plate. He's going to take ball 4. Rengifo up. Rengifo hits it to left field, and it's going to be right at the fielder. 2 down. Caleb Brumleaf, designated hitter. He grounds out to the shortstop. He's going to flip it over to the second baseman. And after 2, we're scoreless. Somerville's going to bring up Manny Alvarado to lead things off in the top of the third. Alvarado's going to strike out looking. Cowell's off to a pretty good start now. 2.1 innings pitched. He's got 5 strikeouts already. Nelson Reyes at the plate. It's going to be ball 4. A base runner for the money line. Frank Escobar.
It's quite the. Didn't expect that one.
Another walk. Must have been Reyes messing with the pitcher's timing.
Must be.
I think Cowles is Cowles is distracted. Let's see if he can recover here. Jamie's at the plate. The rookie. And
Oh,
he
he
gets a huge
drives
base
one.
hit over to the center fielder. It's going to drive in at least one, maybe two.
One.
It's going to score one run, yeah. So RBI double for Jamie's. Chris Flower walks. So it's going to load the bases now. One down still. Keaton Deathridge, the catcher, coming to the plate.
Love this guy's last name.
It's going to be a fly ball to the left field. He's going to tag, and I think he's going to score. So it's going to be the first run, or second, run of the game. It's going to make it 2-0 Somerville. Jesus Trevino coming to the plate. And he strikes out swinging. So 2 runs for the money line. They take a 2-0 lead here. Cowles has been either wild. I guess he's been completely wild. He's been either walking them or striking them out. No one can touch him for the most part. But
He's allowed 4 hits, so.
that's true. I guess he's a little bit of everything right now. Glenn Marks at the plate, the catcher, leading things off against Marksberry, who's been the opposite. He's been pretty perfect. The one base runner, and he's going to lead things off with a walk. Second walk of the game. Ryan Wilson, the number 9 hitter at the plate. He's going to bunt, but he's going to pop it up to the pitcher. Wasted opportunity there, so one down for Mike Wilson. The leadoff hitter for the Seals. He's going to ground out to the first baseman. He's going to throw it on the second, and they're going to get the lead runner, but that's going to be it. Fielder's choice. 2 down. It's going to bring up Clark Hine. Down the left field line. It's going to score a run. So the Seals get one back, 2-1. RBI double. BJ Swart at the plate. He strikes out. So after 3, we've got a 2-1 game as we get on the scoreboard in the third. On to the top of the fourth we go. Kimitani Yamashita leading things off. He's going to ground out to the first baseman. He flips to the pitcher for the first out.
What a flip, too. ESPN
Yeah.
highlight reel right there.
The dude was like 3.5 inches from the base. Chris Juliano, 1 for 2. He's going to strike out looking. It's going to be the 7th strikeout of the game for Cowles. Manny Alvarado at the plate, 1 for 2 as well. He's going to strike out swinging. So 8th strikeout of the game, and 3 up, 3 down for the money line. On the bottom of the fourth we go. San Diego leading things off with Jim Green. Jim Green's going to line it down the third base line. That's going to be a base hit. Leadoff single. It's going to bring up Bill Bryce. He's 0 for 0 on the game. He's walked. He's going to hit a base hit up the middle. First and second. Nobody out for the Seals. Threatening here in the fourth. Jose Rengifo at the plate. And that's going to be a blue base hit over the second fielder. Are they going to hold the runner? They are. So bases loaded. Nobody out on 3 straight singles. Caleb Brumleaf, the DH, up in a big spot here. He's going to ground out to the second baseman, flips to the shortstop and on to first. So a double play, but the Seals tie the game. So I guess that's the only way you'd want them to tie the game. Get 2 outs, but still a man on third here with 2 down for Glenn Marks. They're going to walk him intentionally. Ryan Wilson on with men on the corners. He's going to hit it to the center fielder, and the center fielder's there, so it's going to retire the side. So Somerville gets out without further damage. bases loaded, nobody out, and they only give up one run, so that's not too bad. But after 4, we've got a tie game, 2-2 on in the top of the 5th. Nelson Reyes leading things off. It's going to be ball 4 on 4 pitches. Another walk for Cowles. That's his 5th pass of the game. Frank Escobar at the plate. He strikes out.
9 strikeouts. Wow.
The rookie first baseman. Flies to right field. 2 down. Flowers at the plate. And he's going to take ball 4 on a full count. Man up to scoring position for Keaton Deathridge. 1-for-1 on the game with an RBI. Deathridge's going to line to the shortstop, and he's going to flip to the second baseman. He's going to retire the side, so after 4.5, we're still knotted at 2. The Seals have the top of the order coming up in Mike Wilson. Marksberry is only at 58 pitches right now, going into the 5th.
Wow.
A ground out to the second baseman. He takes it in short left field.
Let's take a look at that ESPN highlight reel.
That was pretty crazy. Clark Hines up to the
That's some
plate, 1 for
range.
2. Yeah, what the fuck was that? Yeah. He's going to walk, so a full count walk is going to put a runner on with 1 out. It's going to bring up the 3-hitter, BJ Swart, 0 for 2 on the game. Swart's going to ground out to the second baseman. It's going to be a double play. It's going to retire the side, I think.
Sure does.
Yep. So after 5, Somerville 2, San Diego 2. Jesus Trevino leading things off here. And he's going to hit it to the left fielder. Retiring soon for the first out. Yamashita at the plate. He grounds out to the third baseman. 2 down. Juliano, the leadoff hitter. He's going to pop it up in the infield. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for the money line. That's going to bring up the Seals in the bottom of the 6th. Jim Green leading things off, 1 for 2 on the game.
That's gone.
Green is going to hit it deep. Yeah, that is gone. Home run. Jim Green is going to put the Seals up on top in the bottom of the 6th, 3-2 with a 375-foot home run to left field. It's going to bring up Bill Bryce. Bryce is going to walk, so 1 on, nobody out here with Rengifo at the plate. 1 for 2 on the game. He's going to strike out swinging. Caleb Brumley. Brumley is going to strike out as well, so 2 down now for Glenn Marks. He's going to pop it up. That's going to retire the side. But the Seals get a run on the Jim Green home run. It's going to put them up 3-2 as we go to the top of the 7th.
Seals.
Manny Alvarado leading things off against the new pitcher, Hector Marquez. Marquez into the game, replacing Adam Cowles with the lead here. 3 innings pitched so far this postseason. 2 hits and 5 strikeouts. 1 walk. He's going to strike out the first batter in Alvarado. Next up, Nelson Reyes. He's going to strike out. So Marquez comes out throwing fire, and here's Frank Escobar. He's going to ground out to the second baseman. He's going to flip it to the first baseman. So 1-2-3. go the money line on the bottom of the seventh. San Diego is going to bring up Ryan Wilson. Marksberry's still in the game, 98 pitches here. It's going to be in the gap. It's going to be extra bases. So it's a leadoff double for Wilson, and that's going to bring us to the top of the order in Mike Wilson. He's 0 for 3 on the game, and he's cold right now. See if he breaks out of it here. He's going to watch a third called strike on a sinker. It's going to be the first out. That's going to bring up Clark Heine.
It's got to bring in a run and it has to. Nope, it didn't.
After the hit, BJ Swart, 0 for 3 on the game.
New pitcher. And Ryan?
Oh, new pitcher.
Richard.
Thank you. Ryan Richard. Yeah. Left-handed pitcher. It's going to be a wild pitch. It's going to score a run. So San Diego adds an insurance run on the wild pitch. Heine moves up to second, and that's going to put him in scoring position for Swart. Swart's going to pop it up in the infield for the second out. Jim Green at the plate, 2 for 3, has the home run that puts the Seals in the lead in the sixth. He's going to dribble it on the infield, but it might be enough. Nope, it's going to be thrown out. So great play by the shortstop there to retire the side, but the Seals get another 4-2 as we go to the top of the eighth. Mike James, I can't tell.
James.
I'm gonna go Spanish. I'm gonna go James. And Heine for Clark Heine. That's another one I can't tell. Chris Flowers, I know that one. On to face Marquez. Flowers is going to hit it to center field, and that's going to be an out. That's going to be the second out of the inning. Keaton Deathridge, 1 for 2 on the game. And 1, 2, 3 go the money line. I feel like they've been 3 for a couple innings here now.
Yeah, they've
Seals
gone cold.
Shut them down completely. Bill Bryce leading things off against Bubba Davis in the game now. Bubba Davis, 14 innings this postseason, scoreless, hasn't given up a run. 16 strikeouts, 5 walks. It's 3-0 as well. 3-0 in relief. Let's see if Bubba Davis is the rally cap that the money line need. He's going to strike out the first batter he faces in Bill Bryce. That's going to bring up Rengifo. 1 for 3 on the day. And 2 down as he lines to the right fielder. Leaves at the plate. And 1, 2, 3 go the Seals. On to the ninth we go. Trevino leading things off for the money line against Brandon Bradshaw, who's now in the game. 2.2 innings pitched this postseason. 3 strikeouts, no walks, giving up 1 run. He had 36 saves this year, so this is the closer. He gets the first out, 1 down. Miguel Herrera at the plate. Pinch hitting here for the money line. He's going to pop out to the left fielder, 2 down. Top of the order, Chris Juliano had a leadoff hit and shut out since then. He takes the 1-0 pitch and he grounds out to the second baseman to end the game. Seals take game 1, 4-2 at home. Behind a big home run from Jim Green. I think a wild pitch. Double, a couple other nice hits. Cowles was really wild, but also was wild in a good way. Struck out 9 batters, walked 6 on the other side. Marksberry was pretty wild. He walked 5 batters. After game one, the Seals have the
Wild, but
1-0
not
lead.
wild
Player of the
enough to
game.
not win the player of the game. So
I was gonna say Patton Cowell's got player of the game, so pitched well. Game two, it looks like we've got. Well, I feel like the screen's not always accurate. We'll see what we got once we get in the game. All right, yeah. So game two, it looks like we've got Craig Robinette on the mound, and this has been the ace of the Seals. I want to say let's click into Robinette real quick. 65 to 70 is what two-time pitcher of the year? Is that correct to
I
say?
can't tell from the screen, but
Uh, huh, didn't know that. Going against Owen Singleton, who's also looking. I mean, he's had a really great postseason. I keep seeing this guy in the win column. He's 3-0 this postseason. He looks like a great, promising pitcher as well. So, all right, give me 1 second. You can start the game, and I'll be back. Chris Juliano leading things off here. All right, strike three. Leading things off, Robinette on a good start. Manny Alvarado at the plate. We're in the money line. And two down. It's going to bring up Nelson Reyes. And a four-pitch walk. So Reyes on base with two down for Frank Escobar. And that's going to retire the side. So quick walk, but outside of that, no damage. And up come the Seals. Mike Wilson leading things off against Owen Singleton. It's going to be a leadoff walk on four pitches. Clark Heine. Clark Heine? Heine? Clark H.
I'm going with Heine.
Clark Heine.
I like Heine better.
Striking three. Yeah, good call. Strikeout. Heine strikes out, and that's going to bring up BJ Swart. And he's going to strike out looking. That's going to bring up Jim Green. He strikes out swinging. So foul tip, strike three. It's going to retire the side. After one, we are scoreless and we are hitless. On to the second we go. Mike Jaime. strike, straight three swinging. That's going to bring up Chris Flowers. And he's going to ground out to the second baseman. Two down. Next up, Keaton Deathridge. Deathridge lines it to left field. That's going to be a base hit. And two out base runner for Somerville again. It's going to bring
First
up
hit of the
Jesus
game.
Trevino. Strike three. After 1.5, we're still scoreless. Go Bryce. At the plate. Ground out to the third baseman, one down. Could be in for a pitcher's duel here. Rengifo, plate. Strike three looking, two down. Brumleaf. Strike three looking. After two, scoreless. Yamashita leading things off for the money line. And he gets some looking on the half swing, or I guess it was strike three, half swinging. One down. Juliano back up at the top of the order here. He's going to hit it to the left fielder, and it's going to be in the left field corner. It's going to get down for a hit. I think it's going to be extra bases. Throws it out, and that is
It's
a double.
Not coming to any conclusions, but
Alvarado now up at the plate, one on second with one out. He's going to strike out swinging. Robinette goes after him, two down. Nelson Reyes at the plate. And another strikeout, so after 2.5, scoreless. Bottom of the third we go for the Seals, and they're going to have Glenn Marks at the plate. Dribbler to the second baseman, one down. Ryan Wilson is going to hit it to the right fielder, and that's going to be caught, two down. Brings up Mike Wilson. Mike Wilson hits it to center field. That's going to be gone over the left center field wall, 406 feet. Mike Wilson was cold, but he's not cold anymore. He gives the Seals a 1-0 lead. Clark Heine up at the plate, 0 for 1. It's going to pop up to the catcher. It's going to be the catcher drops it.
wow.
Heine gets another chance. But he's going to ground out, and that's going to end the inning. So after 3, Seals take the 1-0 lead. Somerville coming up here in the top of the 4th. Frank Escobar leading things off. Escobar is going to strike out looking, and Craig Robinette just mowing down the money line right now. How many strikeouts is that? 7 strikeouts, 3.1 innings pitched. Mike Jaimes. Center field.
You better call him something different next time.
Every time. Chris Flowers. Chris Flowers strikes out. Oh my god. All right. All right, BJ Sports leading things off here for the Seals in the bottom of the 4th inning. He's going to lead things off with a full count walk, so he's running on to start things off. Jim Green at the plate. Green's going to hit it to the right fielder. Swerve back to first. One down. Bill Bryce. Bill Bryce is going to hit it Up the middle. That's going to be a double play. Great play by the infielder. That's going to retire the side. So after 4, San Diego 1, Somerville nothing. Moneyline leading things off with Keaton Dethridge. Robinette, 4 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts. Ground out to the third baseman, 1 down. Jesus Trevino at the plate. Trevino is going to line out to the first baseman, 2 down.
That's quite the curve.
Yes. Yamashita, 0 for 1 on the game. Make it 0 for 2. 1, 2, 3, go the money line. On to the bottom of the 5th we go. Rengifo leading things off. That's going to be a leadoff base hit to the right fielder. Leadoff single for Rengifo. Caleb Brumleaf at the plate. And he crushes this
That's
one.
gone.
This might be gone. It is. Way gone. Caleb Brumleaf, 3rd home run in the postseason, 382 feet. That's going to extend the lead for the Seals 3-0 here in the 5th, and there's still nobody out. Glenn Marks at the plate. Marks grounds out to the second baseman, 1 down. Ryan Wilson grounds out to the third baseman, 2 down. Base hit with 2 out for Flowers. Or, excuse me, for Wilson. Gonna bring up Heine. And he's gonna fly out on the infield. So after 5, San Diego gets 2 more. They take the 3-0 lead as we go to the 6th. Juliano leading things off for the money line.
Stretch it out. He did.
Infield hit. Alvarado up next. 0 for 2 on the game. Full count, and he hits it to the right fielder. It's going to be the first out. 1 down. Working that pitch count up, though, for Robinette, who's at pretty low pitch count, 70 pitches. Nelson Reyes. He's going to put down a bunt, and it's going to be a base hit, I think, huh?
No.
Nope, they get the
Fielder's
lead
choice.
runner. I think that was an intentional bunt, wasn't it?
Oh.
Couldn't tell. Frank
Surprise
Escobar.
bunt.
Yeah, it was the number 3 hitter. Escobar crushes this one. That might be gone.
Gone.
It is.
Yep, it is.
Just over the right field wall. So Somerville right back in this game. 2-run homer, 358 feet, just barely get out. But Escobar has been big all postseason long, and he gets one there. He's going to bring up Mike Jaime.
Thank you. Thank you
And
for
he strikes out.
thank you for saying his name different.
BJ Sport at the plate. And he gets hit with that pitch, and oof. That's going to hurt, as it says on the screen.
You got on base the
Yep,
hard way.
that's right. Leadoff runner for the Seals. They're only up by 1. They'll take it. Jim Green at the plate now. Green's going to strike out swinging. 1 down. That's going to bring up Bryce. And Swart takes second. He can hit. He can run.
Everybody gets free tacos at Taco Bell tomorrow.
He's a good. That's his first stolen base of the postseason. According to the right side of the screen. How about that? Go Bryce. Still at the plate. 0-1 count. 2-2 count. He's going to ground out to the shortstop. 2 down. Rangifo, former 1-1 pick. He's going to walk.
Got a new
Caleb Brumley
pitcher.
at the plate. All right, Adam Claypool in to pitch for the money line. 6.2 innings pitched. 7 strikeouts, 6 walks. He's not pitched great. He's given up 8 runs. He gets a big strikeout there. He's going to retire the side and get them out of the jam. So score remains 3-2 as we go to the top of the 7th. Money line of Chris Flowers coming to the plate against Robinette. Robinette, 79 pitches here as we go to the 7th. Could be looking to go the distance if they don't get this pitch count up, and he strikes out Flowers on 3 pitches there. So
Reaches to
it's a
10
good start.
Ks.
Yeah, 10 strikeouts on the game now. Keaton Deathridge at the plate. And he's going to walk. So 1 out base runner for the money line. That's going to bring up Jesus Trevino. And that's going to be a quick out to first. 2 down. The runner goes up to second. To the tying run in scoring position for Miguel Herrera, hitter. The end of the game to the money line. He's going to hit it down the left field line. It's going to get down. Did they send the runner? I can't tell. They did. The money line tied here
Safe.
in the 7th. 3-3. It's going to bring up Chris Juliano.
I want to say he did a slide and the animation was really bad.
I just saw him running back to the dugout.
It looked like he was sliding towards the dugout.
That's going to retire the side. So 3-3 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. The money line get another run and they tie this game up. They come back from a 3-0 deficit. For the Seals, Glenn Marks leading things off against Claypool. They ground out to the shortstop, 1 down. Ryan Wilson at bat. He's going to hit it to the center fielder. That's going to be deep. That's going to be caught. 2 down. Mike Wilson now. He's going to get hit with that pitch. Kind of felt like a retaliation pitch for the BJ Swartz.
But no, it's because no, it's
not. Oh, same team. Wow. The money liner just out for heads. You're right. The money liner just wild. And safe. Wow, he looked like he was going to be out.
Making sure people get free tacos.
Mike Wilson gets hit by a pitch and steals. Same thing BJ Swart did. Clark Heine now with a runner in scoring position. It's high game. And he takes the full count. He's going to drop it in there. I think that might score the run. It does.
He did.
So the Seals make the hit by pitch count. They take the 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. PJ Swart up at the plate with a man on first.
New pitcher with Loftus. Sam Loftus.
Sam Loftus, yeah. 3.2 innings pitched. Not a lot of work this postseason, but 4 strikeouts. Hasn't allowed a run. Just 1 hit. Kind of feels like a scary situation. But he gets the ground out to retire to the side. I feel like BJ Swartz do. Every time I see him up, I'm scared. All right, 4-3. Top of the 8th we go. Manny Alvarado at the plate. Craig Robinette still in there. He's going to get the ground out to the shortstop for the first out. 1 down. Robinette's pitch count, 98 pitches. Nelson Reyes at the plate. Two down as he grounds out to the short second baseman. Frank Escobar, 1 for 3 in the game. Had the big 2-run home run. He's going to hit this to the left fielder. Left fielder comes in, makes a great catch. So that's going to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the money line. On to the bottom of the eighth we go. The Seals have Jim Green coming to the plate. Jim Green having a really bad postseason, hitting just 159, 7 for 44. When he does hit it, he hits it far, but strikes out looking. Bill Bryce at the plate.
Bubba Davis back in.
Bubba Davis, yeah, back in for the second straight game. He's been brilliant this postseason. He's going to get a base hit up the middle. So I don't think that Bill Bryce gets the single. Excuse me. He's going to bring up Rengifo. Rengifo strikes out, swinging, 2 down. Caleb Brumley's at the plate. He's going to hit it into the right field corner. This is going to be extra base. I don't think they will. I think it's going to be second and third. Second and third, 2 down now. Brumley's double. That's going to bring up Glenn Marks, 0 for 3 in the game. They're going to put him on intentionally. That's going to bring up Ryan Wilson, the number 9 hitter. 0 for 3 on the game so far. Wilson's going to lay down a punt. No, it was just a bad swing and a dribbler. Catcher plays it down to first to retire the side so they get out of the jam. On the top of the ninth we go. Last chance for Somerville to tie this series up. Mike James
Against Brandon
at the plate
Bradshaw. New pitcher.
against Brandon Bradshaw. Thank you, nice catch. So the closer's in there trying to close things down for the Seals. I can't believe Pedro Carrillo is out there trying to close things down. What an insult. All right, 1 down. Again, the fly to center, Chris Flowers at the plate. Full count. He's going to fly out to the left fielder. 2 down. Last chance here for the money line. Keaton Deathridge. 1-1 count. He's going to ground it to the third baseman. So 1-2-3. Bradshaw gets him in the ninth. And that's going to put the Seals up 2-0 as we go on to game 3 of this
Let's
series
figure out
here.
who the player of the game was. I'm going to guess Craig Robinette. Ho.
Good guess. Good guess. So the Seals defend their home territory. They win both games at home. Back to Somerville for the next 3.
Take like a 5-minute break here.
Sounds good. All right, on to game 3. Back to Somerville we go. All right, on to game 3. Back to Somerville we go. All right, on to game 3. Back to Somerville we go.
I got some like repeating thing going on right now.
All right, we've got Joe Butts here for the Seals going against Danny Estrada. All right, let's take a look at Joe Butts here.
Let's get this game started.
Sounds good.
Looks like we're playing in Minnesota.
We play Minnesota every year for some reason.
Do we?
Yeah. All right, Mike Wilson leading things off against Danny Estrada. Estrada hasn't started or even pitched this postseason. I don't know. I can't remember if the money line suffered an injury and they have to fill someone here. So let's see what Estrada can do. He's a lefty. Maybe he just needed to get a lefty in there to change things up. One down. I love how their uniforms are literally the opposite color of what they.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's about.
I mean, I noticed the seals were orange, but I didn't notice that the money line were like kind of purplish.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yep. All for EJ Swart at the plate. Getting one on and one out. EJ Swart's going to ground out to second baseman. It's going to be a double play. Swart's been pretty cold here in this championship series. Going to bring up the money line in the bottom of the half. Miguel Herrera leading things off. Had a big pinch hit for the money line back in game 2. Going to face Joe Butts, who's also a lefty here, so we're seeing a different lineup for the money line. Infield pop-up, one down. Juliano at the plate. Gets him looking, two down. Nelson Reyes. Reyes is going to walk on a full count. It was close. I thought it was strike 3. That's going to bring up MJ. Line out to the third baseman. It's going to retire the side. 0-0 after 1.
I love it. You got to keep it up with that that name change every single time.
Jim Green. Flies out to the left fielder, one down. No Bryce at the plate. Two down on the infield pop-up. Rengifo. Base hit up the middle, so a 2-out base runner in the first hit of the game for either team. It's going to bring up Caleb Brumley.
Looks like a pitching
Blake
change as well.
Peterson in the game. Yeah, it looks like that was just an opener
Yeah,
in
looks.
Estrada. So 27 innings pitched. He's pitched pretty well. 23 strikeouts, 8 walks, sub 3 ERA. Rengifo steals second. Full count to Brumley. Going to ground out to the third baseman. That's going to retire the side. After 1.5, we're scoreless. Frank Escobar leading things off. Strikes out. 1 down. Keaton Deathridge. Grounds out to the shortstop. Slow dribbler, though, actually. And he's going to get him in time, though. It's going to be 2 down. Ken Stevens at the plate. And 1, 2, 3, go the money line. After 2, we're scoreless. Top of the third. Leading things off, Glenn Marks. Glenn Marks is going to fly out to the left field. Ryan Wilson at the plate. Strikes out swinging, 2 down. We'll bring up Mike Wilson. Going to line to the center fielder. That's going to be a base hit. So 1 out single for Mike Wilson. Excuse me, 2 out single. Clark Heine, excuse me. With 2 down. It's going to ground out to the second baseman. That's going to retire the side. After 2.5, scoreless. Somerville coming up in the bottom of the third. Mario coming to the plate. First time we've announced his name here in the left-handed lineup. Playing second base. He's going to strike out looking to start things off here in the third. 1 down. Joe Butts up to 3 strikeouts. It's going to bring up Yamashita. Flies out to the center fielder, 2 down. Miguel Herrera back at the top. It's going to be a base hit to the left fielder. First hit of the game for the money line. They have a 2-out base runner. It's going to bring up Chris Juliano. And a stolen base by Herrera. It's going to put a runner in scoring position now for Juliano. And they're going to hit it and get it down right from the runner around in the first run of the game. Somerville takes the 1-0 lead here in the third. Juliano, I think it's a single and then advances on the throw. I think that's how it scored. Maybe it was a double. I don't know. 1-0. Nelson Reyes at the plate. He's going to pop it up here to the shortstop. That's going to retire the side, but not before the money line gets 1-0 after 3. Leading things off in the 4th inning is B.J. Swart. Good ground out to the shortstop, 1 down. Jim Green at the plate. Good ground out to the second baseman, 2 down. Bill Bryce. Bryce hits it to the center fielder, and that's good. 2-out single for the Seals. Bill Bryce having a really great post. Jose Rengifo at the plate. Rengifo strikes out. 1-2-3. No, that's not true. But 3 outs. For the Seals. I've caught myself doing that a few times.
I've noticed you probably called
Michael
the second baseman the second fielder as well.
Michael James, the DH, the third at the plate. Base hit for Mike James. I think we're going with Mike James from now on.
Yeah, the eye's silent.
It's a silent eye. Frank Escobar at the plate. Crushes it, but right at the right fielder. 1 out. Keaton Dethridge. It's going to be a wild pitch. Runner moves up to second. And Dethridge is going to walk, so we've got 2 on with 1 out. Some runners on the base paths for Ken Stevens. Stevens base hit up the middle. Are you going to send the runner? I think they are.
Yep, and he scored.
And we'll give the money line their second run of the game. 2-0. Grotto at the plate. Grotto's going to walk on a full count, so Joe Butts in trouble here. Bases loaded, 1 out for Yamashita. It's going to be hit to the shortstop. It's a good double play ball, and they induce it. So the Seals get out of the jam. They give up the 1 run, but it's still 2-0 as we go to the top of the 5th. Caleb Brumley at the plate. Brumley strikes out swinging. 1 out. Glenn Marks. Glenn Marks is going to hit it to the left fielder for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down. Next up, Ryan Wilson. He crushes this down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases. 2 out double for Ryan Wilson. It's going to bring up the top of the order in Mike Wilson. Wilson grounds out to the second baseman. That's going to retire the side. After 4.5, 2-0 Somerville. Herrera leading things off against Butts. Ball 4. Leadoff walk. Chris Juliano. And Herrera tries to steal. He stole a base earlier in the game. He's out by a mile on that one. 1 down. Juliano still at the plate. And warning track grab there for the second out. He hit it deep, but not far enough. Nelson Reyes. Strike 3, so that's going to end the inning. After 5, 2-0. Clark Heine. Gets it to the center fielder, 1 down. DJ Swart. Swart crushes this one. And gone. So Swart finally unleashes. It's going to get one back for the Seals. It's going to make it 2-1. Jim Green at the plate. Jim Green, ball 4 on a full count. Gonna bring up Bill Bryce. Bill Bryce is going to hit this good to center field, but the center fielder makes a sliding catch. That's going to be the second out of the inning. Jim Green staying at first. Rengifo.
I think that was 2 web gems this inning.
Yeah, Stevens has made some great plays out there. All right, 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the sixth. Mike James. Mike James, bitch.
Silent eye.
I'm Mike James, bitch. Frank Escobar. James can't get it done. Gotta put some respect on his name. He's hitting 304, that Mike James. Base hit for Escobar. I can't put more respect on anybody's name than that guy's name. Than a machine. Keaton Deathridge at the plate. That's going to be to the right fielder. 2 down. Ken Stevens. Ken Stevens going to ground it up the middle for a base hit. It's going to be a single. So first and second now with 2 down. Pitching change. That was actually a pitching change a second ago. No, never mind. Joe Butts is still in game. Looking wrong. Mario Grotto at the plate now with 2 on. Grotto's going to ground out to the shortstop, and that's going to retire the side. So Somerville not able to capitalize, but they still have the 2-1 lead as we go to the top of the seventh. Caleb Brumley facing Blake Peterson, who's still in there, 4.1 innings pitched. After coming in the follower capacity, Brumley throws 1 out. Glenn Marks at the plate. Brian Richard in for the money line now, a pitching change. 2.1 innings pitched this postseason. Not a lot of experience, but it's been good when he's been in there. Let's see what he can do against Marks. Fastball sinker cutter from the pitcher. And he gets the first guy to pop out. 1 down, or 2 down, excuse me. Ryan Wilson at the plate. And Bubba Davis in to pitch. So just 1 batter for the previous pitcher, and Bubba Davis in there. Again, Bubba Davis hasn't allowed postseason. 16 innings pitched scoreless is pretty impressive. And he lines out to the second baseman to retire the side. So after 6.5, Somerville 2, San Diego 1. Yamashita leads things off for the money line here against Butts. He's at 93 pitches. Crowns out for the first out, Miguel Herrera at the plate. That's going to be down the left field line. That's going to be, goes in close play, but it's going to be 2. So a double. Now we have Chris Juliano at the plate. That'll advance the runner to third. 2 down. Nelson Reyes. Nelson Reyes is going to pop it up on the infield. That's going to be the third out. Or pop it up down the third baseline, excuse me. After 7, Somerville 2, San Diego 1. Top of the 8th, we've got Mike Wilson leading things off against Bubba Davis. And Wilson leadoff single. Clark Heine at the plate. Gonna drop it down on the infield, and damn, double play. Great play by the catcher. How about that play, huh? That was some MVP shit right there by Keaton Deathridge. Maybe not MVP. Maybe like, you know, Gold Glove. BJ Swart at the plate. Two down. Facing Sam Loftus, the pitching change. Chris, I think you're muted.
Yeah, yeah, I was. I was talking the whole time.
And he pops it up. That's going to end the top of the eighth. On the bottom of the eighth we go. Somerville still up 2-1. Miguel James, as his Spanish friends call him. Rounds out, one down. Escobar. Frank Escobar. Joe Butt's still in there, huh? It's going to be a walk. 3-1 pitch. And that's going to do it for Joe Butts. Hector Marquez in relief for the Seals. Facing Keaton Deathridge, who had that great double in the bottom half of the inning. Or top half of the inning. It's going to strike out here, 2 down. Ken Stevens, 2 for 3 on the game. It's going to be 3 for 4. Gets a single. And we've got 2 on with 2 out for Mario Grotto. Grotto's going to hit this to the left fielder, and a sliding catch by the left fielder probably saved a couple runs. If he had missed that, it would have been trouble. But the money line don't add anything, so it stays 2-1 as we go to the top of the ninth. Jim Green leading things off. Last chance for the Seals in Game 3.
Ryan Turner in for relief.
And Ryan Turner, 9.1 innings pitched, 1.93 ERA. Probably the money line closer. We will see here. 38 saves this season, which was first in the big league. And a leadoff base hit though for the Seals. Jim Green starts things off in a positive manner for the Seals. Bill Bryce up next. 2-2 pitch. He's going to hit the shortstop. It's going to be an easy double play. So quick elimination of the base runner. 2 down for Jose Rengifo. 3-2 pitch to Rengifo, and that's going to be strike 3 swinging. So Somerville in the win call takes Game 3. Seals still lead the series 2-1, but home teams won every game so far.
I don't know who would be the player of the game this game. Joe Butts.
Joe Butts, player of the game, 7.1 innings pitched. He pitched pretty well. Didn't really strike a lot of guys out. It wasn't a power performance, but did shut the money line down. Sometimes I think the pitcher just wins by default if no hitter had a really great game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Game 4, last game of the night, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow. Look at these two goddamn lineups. Like, the Seals are so much better on paper.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I feel like a lot of teams have been better than.
Oh, let's
Luis
get
Iglesias pitching for the Seals here. Let's take a look at him real quick if you don't mind. Looks like the number 4 starter for the Seals, which makes sense. We're in Game 4. And Ethan Mona for the money line. Wonder if this is going to be the starter or if this is another opener because he's only pitched 57 innings. Could be. Looks like he might be no, he pitched last year too. So I don't know. We're gonna find out. I think he's an opener. Here we go,
without
Game 4.
further ado. Ethan Mona.
Mike Wilson. leading things off against Mona. No rain in the forecast. That's good. Last thing we need is a rain delay. Strike three, starting things off.
Bye-bye, Mr. Wilson. It says on the top there.
Clark Heine, the number two hitter. Swart at the plate. 3-2 walk to Swart, so 2 out base runner for Jim Green. Green base hit up the middle. Swart's going to stay at second. Oh no, he's going to third. First and third, 2 down. Bill Bryce at the plate. Bryce is going to strike out. That's going to end the inning. And the top half of the inning, anyways. After half an inning, maybe a 0-0 Somerville coming up. Chris Juliano at the plate. We hadn't heard the let's go chant for a minute. Strike three to start things off for Iglesias. Alvarado at the plate. Grounds out to the second baseman, 2 down. Now batting, the left fielder, Nelson Reyes. All 4-pitch walk with 2 outs here for Frank Escobar. Wild pitch, runner moves down to second. Escobar grounds out to the third baseman. On to the second, Rengifo.
Going against
Bill
Bill
Burge.
Burge.
In the pitch and change, so it was an opener. Second straight game with an opener. The rest of the GMs in the league are feverishly taking notes. Leadoff double for Rengifo. It's going to bring up Caleb Brumley. Brumley rounds out to the third baseman, 1 down. Glenn Marks at the plate. 2 down. Ryan Wilson. Leading things off against Bill Burge. Or, not leading things off, but yeah, 3 down. That will do it for the Seals in the second. On to the bottom. Go. MJ. Pops it up, 1 down. Chris Flowers at the plate.
That's
Flowers
gotta be
hits
base
it to the
hit.
right fielder. 2 down. Trevino ice cold right now. He's going to bloop a base hit. Oh no, it's going to stick up, and the center fielder's going to get there. So scoreless after 2. Mike Wilson at the plate. Wilson lines out to the left fielder, 1 down. Clark Heine. BJ Swart after the walk. Swart's going to ground it to the second baseman. They're going to get Jim Swart. Going to be 2 down. The runner moves up to second for Jim Green. Strike three. On to the bottom of the third. Yamashita in the 8th spot this game. He's going to ground out to the pitcher, one down. Going to bring up Edwin Melkor. With a different catcher, Keaton Deathridge not in the lineup for the money line. Two down. Chris Juliano back to the top of the order. He is going to hit it to right field. 1, 2, 3, go the money line. On to the top of the fourth we go for the Seals. Leading things off, Bill Bryce. Flies out to center field, one down. Rengifo. Rengifo's going to hit a base hit up the middle, so a one-out single for the Seals. That's going to bring up Caleb Brumleve, the DH. He's going to strike out looking. Burge gets him. Second strikeout for Burge. Glenn Marks at the plate. Glenn Marks hits it in the gap. This is going to be extra base. Score this base runner from first and give the Seals the lead. It's not, though. They hold him at third. Get the ball in. So we've got second and third down with two down.
They had plenty of time. What's going on? The
I know.
manager's scratching his head
People
right
might be
now.
looking at that third base coach after this game. Ryan Wilson, the number 9 hitter at the plate here. Chance to give the Seals the lead here in the top of the fourth. But he's going to dribble it to the shortstop, and that's going to retire the side after 3.5, 0-0. Leading things off at the bottom of the fourth, Miguel, and by Miguel I mean Manny. I'm getting my name up. Manny Alvarado. He's going to hit this in the gap. Angered by the mix-up in his name, he hits a double to lead things off for the money line. Nelson Reyes next up. Strikes out looking. Frank Escobar at the plate. Escobar's going to hit this to the right fielder. Might be enough to get him to tag. Nope. He's going to hold it second. So two down. And that's going to bring up MJ. Dribbler to the shortstop. So leadoff double gets nowhere. After 4 innings, we're scoreless. On to the top of the fifth we go. Mike Wilson leading things off for the Seals. One down.
Looks like that was a comebacker.
Right at him. Yep. Clark Heine. Hits this one right at the center fielder. It's going to be the second out. Two down. Bringing up BJ Swart. Swart drops it on the infield for a base hit. Nobody can get to it. So 2 out base runner for Jim Green. Swart's running. He's going to be there safely. Jim Green, they're going to put him on intentionally. Price strikes out swinging. So after 4.5, we're still scoreless. Here comes the Somerville money line in fifth, with Chris Flowers leading things off.
They want no part of Jim Green.
Strike 3 swinging, 1 down. This guy Iglesias is pitching lights out right now. He's got 45 pitches. Trevino at the plate. He's going to hit this to the left fielder, 2 down. Yamashita. 1, 2, 3 go the money line. After 5, we're scoreless. Rengifo leading things off. Ground out to the second baseman, 1 down. Caleb Brumleve. Pop up to center field, 2 down. Glenn Marks at the plate. Marks pops up. 1, 2, 3 go the Seals. Pitching dominating so far here in game. Edwin Melkor at the plate. Melkor grounds it sharply to the first baseman, but the first baseman's there, steps on the bag, 1 down. Going to bring up the top of the order in Giuliano. Giuliano lines out to the first baseman. This time he's going to flip to the pitcher, 2 down. Miguel Manny Alvarado.
Not to be confused with Miguel.
Manny Miguel. 1, 2, 3. On to the 7th, scoreless. Wilson. Wilson, number 1. Hits it to the right fielder. So leadoff hit by Ryan Wilson. Gonna bring up Mike Wilson.
Got a pitching change with Bubba Davis back in there.
Davis, yeah. Let's see if he can continue to work magic for the money line. He's been maybe their key to success here in the postseason. It's Wilson swinging. Heine. And he gets Heine to ground into the double play, so he comes in and he just does the job lights out. Bubba Davis. Bubba Big Daddy Davis. Nelson Reyes. In there against Iglesias. Leadoff walk on the check swing. Second walk of the game there for Iglesias. That's going to bring up Escobar. Leadoff runner on and Reyes. Escobar hits it to the right fielder, but the right fielder gets over there and makes the play. 1 down. MJ at the plate. Full count walk, so Iglesias struggling a little bit with command here. Let's bring up Chris Flowers. He gets Chris Flowers to strike out. Trevino. Trevino gets a base hit.
Run gonna score? Looks like it.
They are. They sent the runner, so Somerville takes the 1-0 lead here late in the 7th inning. Yamashita at the plate. And that's going to be strike 3 to end the inning. So Somerville gets on the board first here in the 7th, 1-0. We go to the 8th. I freaking yawned right as they scored the first run there. Like right when you're supposed to get excited, I'm like yawning. BJ Sport. BJ Sport in there, and Sam Loftus, pinch pitcher for the money line. Loftus was in there shortly in the last game as well. Base hit to lead things off. So a response by the Seals here in the 8th inning.
Swart's really been coming into it past couple
Swartz,
games.
he's starting to heat up. Yeah. He did win the MVP of one of the series. So
Jim Green.
Jim Green grounds out to the infield. They get the lead. Fielder's choice. Bill Bryce at the plate.
We got a pitching change with Ryan Turner as well. Ooh, wild pitch.
And he gets him. Ground out to third. Runner stays put, so Rengifo up with 2 outs now. Tie run on second. Rengifo's going to draw a 4-pitch walk. So now he's got first and second. Caleb Brumleve. Opportunity to be a hero here. He lines to the center fielder. He hit it well, but right going to retire the side. After 7.5, we've got Somerville 1, San Diego nothing. Somerville coming up. Edwin Melchor. Melchor is going to get a leadoff single to left field.
Iglesias is still out there too.
Yeah. Still pitching well.
He's
Only
pulling
a
the
95
Spokane rat out from last year.
Juliano at the plate. Iglesias gets him swinging. Alvarado. These guys would need to go 5 more innings to pull a Spokane. That's why you didn't make the postseason this year. All your guys threw 180 pitch last postseason. 180 pitches, I mean. Gets him swinging. 2 down here. Bottom of the 8th. Nelson Reyes. Reyes strikes out swinging. So the money line don't get any insurance runs, but they have the 1-0 lead. 3 outs remaining here for the Seals. Glenn Marks leading things off against Ryan Turner, still in there after coming in last inning. And a lead-off ground out. 1 down. Second base, or ground out to shortstop. And a very close play, but he's out at first. Bring up Mike Wilson. Last chance here for the Seals. And that's going to do it. So Somerville's come back to tie this series up in some very tightly contested baseball games. Pitching's really taken over.
Yeah, impressive.
So we're tied 2-2 here as we go to Game 5, and I think that's it for tonight.
I bet Iglesias was the player of the game.
You're such a mind reader. You should go to Vegas or something.
I know. Sign me
Yeah.
up. Give me all your money.
Can't seem to go wrong with that idea.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. We'll pick up. We'll finish this championship tomorrow night, and then we will move on to the off season Thursday.
Night, everybody.